Humble them on a good evening, on a good afternoon. To some of una a good morning. Wherever una find yourself in the world, we don't come back today again for can talk about waiting the happen now with lovely Mama Salone. So we fumble them. Today topic now, the game of chess between the ACC boss, Francis Benkelfala, and the ex-president, Anes Baikoroma, has begun. Who will say checkmate? We don't know. But what is sure, what is true, what we hold there right now is that the game has begun. Without wasting much time this evening, one person won't all don't become familiar with. She doesn't hold back. She tells it as it is. Madam Kadi Johnson Cole. Tell Fambule Adu.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We don't come back today. We hope say una go enjoy the show and we go able to tell una waiting una wayeri.
Indeed, tell una waiting una no wayeri or waiting una no wayeri.
Waiting una no wayeri.
Sometimes una go wayeri waiting we get for say. Other times, una no go one for you waiting we get for say. But one thing I'm going to say to you right now, Mr. Mohamed Charali will be joining us soon in the show. So una not surprised if una see him. Then a road, if they can join me for can help Rob Mott and this talk today. So fumble them. On the 28th of October, we all know waiting may happen. You know, the anti-corruption commissioner called for make the former presidents can answer to some question them. We know for say this call don't happen 3 times in a walk. But then finally, after we don't talk Nayaso Friday, where we don't talk, we don't go up, we don't come down with the show no show. Guess what happened Monday morning? I see we all wake no more. Now we phone them, they go, payak. You know, and we busy body that they check we phone them now, waiting they happen. Now we see tweets from the former president where say he is on his way. And then we see tweets from, how they call him, Ben Kevala. We also say we are here in our safe, secured location. And then we are here, Umaru, Congo Samot, in safe come back. It tell we say, hey, listen, they say that they're a safe and secure place. So they say that the British High Commissioner now can make, peace between the all two and try for see how we go negotiate and mediate for that the two allege them. For Sidon inside one corner. But then, even before the week ended, guess what? Patch 2. Yeah? Something we don't take boom, 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 boom. Then just they go no more, and now they happen. Within 1 week. With civility. Where civility takes over, and when civility takes over, and when men let down their pride, what did we witness? Coordination, cooperation. Madam Kadi Johnson, waiting you make but this event will happen even before we sit down inside proper.
Well, this very, very interesting actually, but the good thing is the president show up for the interview. So many people been there in doubt because some people not be know if he go come or if he go turn up or go turn up. Well, the president is surprised everybody actually. It's just they do your thing quietly. Guna Mozuka and come without the public no know. Now when he did it safe now, so because I think some even reporters they said they not even know the president was in Freetown until when the interview begin to take place or something to the effect. So it was good anyway. That was good because that's what we all wanted for make it go turn up, make it go and know waiting and get for him, waiting at this big thing here, so wait and they talk, make noise more. Unless when it turn up, then in no waiting at the thing, because we're not being going, not be no waiting, get a clue, get an idea at all. You see, just like all will be the same here. But when it show up there now, so that's don't give more idea, and that's make it become a very, very sure now say he want for defending him, and he confidently now, from which they see it right, he is very confidently they right now say he will clear in him and he don't know nothing and he don't hold this country for so long, and in name matter to run, and he will I'm fine. So in effect, me for me glad he come for this interview. I'm glad, even though we don't know, there are lots and lots of speculations, people speculating as to what was said, what was not said, and all that, and even the British High Commissioner doing this and that. Funny later, anti-corruption, one of the Sandy say, not to acknowledge, you're not aware, as far as in concern, just the negotiations between the legal representatives, them, and make things happen. You see, boss, we'll leave it at that.
Exactly, we'll leave it at that. Okay, my people, I say Kongosa, and already some people are not begin take offense to the word use Kongosa. Make we learn how we learn English, make we also learn how the Creole language they work. Person where they report, he is a journalist by profession. He reports everything. Whether you want him to report it, you do not want him to report it, he will report it. That is what Kongosa is, okay? In Creole, okay? If they go Konani, na Konani business, Konani work na they do, but not today we camp and today. You will not distract me today. It will not happen. This conversation must go on. I go turn to the technical team. Make we not even waste themselves. Make we go inside how all of this make we understand how all of this sort of emanate, how all of this sort of started, and how all of the tussle and bustle and the interpretation or misinterpretation sort of started, how the public came to know about certain things. I will go to the technical team, make it play the audio for me.
It's 15:06 GMT. This is Hassan Aruni with Focus on Africa from the BBC World Service. Coming up, Nigerian Catholic bishops tell President Buhari to get a grip on various sectarian conflicts or step aside. And as World Cup quarterfinals loom, African students talk about life in Russia. But first, Sierra Leone, where former leader Ernest Bai Koroma is accused of presiding over an administration that was engaged in corruption and state plunder on a massive scale. The allegations are contained in a report by a transition team set up by the new president, Julius Maada Bio. Omaru Fofana has more from Freetown.
Grim, gloomy, grubby. These are some of the adjectives being used to describe the contents of the audit. It speaks of corruption and abuse of office on a grand scale by the government of former President Ernest Bai Koroma. The allegations are wide-ranging and mind-boggling. The massive sales of state assets to the former president and his acolytes, the awarding of phony and inflated contracts for goods and services, the issuance of diplomatic passports to purported housewives of members of the former ruling party, the government renting as offices houses belonging to government officials at inflated costs, state-owned banks having to write off as bad debts millions of dollars of loans given to officials of the former ruling party, overpriced arms contracts, inflated cost of roads, some of them priced at over $3 million per kilometer, some concessions given to mining companies and exempted from any form of tax whatsoever, and entrenchment of mono-ethnic politics. The report also says the government's own shares at the Sierra Ruta Mining Company were sold when the miner was making huge profits to the former president and his cousin who was heading the company, and they both made a profit of over $100 million. The head of the transition team and now Chief Minister, Professor David Francis, looked peeved as he addressed the press conference. He gave me his impressions of their findings.
Sierra Leone was brought to near financial bankruptcy and the worst economic crisis since independence because of the activities, the poor governance of the former APC government. That is one. Secondly, and most importantly, that it was done in a way that represents a framework for what you would describe as an organized criminal racketeering enterprise responsible for the dysfunctional nature of the state itself.
What do you say to someone who says this could be a witch hunt?
Well, this is not about which ones. This is really to establish the basis for democratic accountability. We are recommending that a forensic audit be made through a special audit process to establish the key facts, and a judge-led commission of inquiry, which will be independent and transparent. This is to ensure that this does not happen again in Sierra Leone.
He said that as a Sierra Leonean, he was ashamed of the things he saw during the audit, calling them disgraceful, egregious infractions. The report calls for a travel ban to be slammed on all those named in the report. Many of them have already left the country, with their extradition to be likely requested by the Commission of Inquiry to be set up. President Julius Maada Bio said he would act on the report as a matter of urgency.
I've just received a copy of the report, which has been long awaited. But I want to say this clearly, that we have to draw the line on corruption in this country. We have to fight corruption, and it is a fight that we must win. I know corruption is going to fight back, but we are on the better side of history. This is just the beginning. Corruption is at a level that can destroy this nation. I consider the level of corruption that we have met as a national security issue.
The allegations contained in the report with detailed figures and documents suggest corruption in Sierra Leone is not a kidney stone, it's a cancer. While not many here will be surprised at some of these allegations, most could be blown away by their scale and scope. The former President Ernest Bai Koroma, who is out of the country, was not available for his reaction. His media officer Ismail Sharif told me that they had not yet seen the report and so could not respond.
Omar Fofana reporting there from Freetown. And coming up on Focus on Africa.
So, Mifambulem, this was the first time for some of una we not being late una and na the transition report. This report by Omar Fofana have been the first time we una get an opportunity for sort of get a clue into what the transition report say. So again, inside this transition report, where the now president receiver may say, we have to draw the line on corruption. He said he knows that corruption will fight back. He says that corruption is a national emergency. And he goes on to Umaru in his report, goes on to say, when you look at the report, it looks grim, it looks grubby, it's disappointing, it speaks, you know, very much disappointing, really, on the leaders and you know, people them way don't hold, you know, position of leadership and responsibility. And then it goes on to say that the issue of corruption, he notes that the issue of corruption is not just like a kidney stone where you can pass. It's not like a cancer where you defect for your life. Referring and tying it back to what the president say that, you know, corruption is, you know, that corruption is a national emergency. You know, it's a corruption, a case, a grave case. It's like, you know, if we not take care of them right now, then there's going to be issue. But to this, I say, were we surprised? I don't think so. I don't think so, but people have been surprised as to some of the findings them or some of the revelations them within the transition report. But then again, when you look at some of the accusation or supposed accusation, we're kind of like, really? Okay. Following that, they said, and they set up the commissions of inquiry. Now, for go probe deeper into what the transition report don't reveal or don't unveil. Some of una been get them for follow the transition, the commission inquiry step by step. Like me, so na synopsis maybe they get here and there, and then I waited for the outcome, the reports to come, right? And when I see I also where we don't take with them for the most part, I would even say what 85% of it we covered the transition, the white paper of the reports coming out of the how you call them, Commission of Inquiry. Now, while this Commission of Inquiry been they go on, we also get the ACC where they run a separate investigation. And one of the investigation also where the ACC been they run, like I said last week, now one of waiting with the talk, but right now today wait and say, then find out say the president been they run a money laundering scheme, you know, or whatever then call them. So inside, because of waiting, then say they uncover the one for interview the former president. And we know for say that interview, we know, you know, then try this, you know, work, then try that, you know, work, then try this, you know, work. But finally, in 1 week, 2 interviews take place, when a totality of about 11 hours, because the first interview was about 6 hours, the second interview was about 4 to 5 hours, depending on who that get or whatever, then your account. So a total of 11 hours. Waiting and talk, waiting and not talk, we don't know. But waiting we know for sure, and we go present Nayaso. Now waiting, then self take the hand and pen light during and after the interview. But even before we sit down proper and go back, I want to make we listen to another, you know, interview where the current ACC head grants to 98.1, in which it makes some really, I'm not going to say disturbing, but some really provocative remarks them. Let me say provocative. I will go to the technical team, make it show that one day.
Sorry, the issue for do with sales of the Sierra Rutile. Where you go inside the government white paper, paragraph 18, we talk about the Sierra Rutile. They talk about secrecy and shady dealings where they happen during the sales. And safe paragraph B, 18B, they talk about the issues them and how illegal it be happen, and name certain people where the first person, the first time president, and it's by Koma. It mentioned Dr. Samura Kamara and John Bono Sisi. Where una the review, according to your words, they say una the review back some of the investigation there. Una they investigate all them 3 people there, so or una they do it individually.
We'd already investigate. We already get conclusions there. And I can tell you for a fact,
so how
that the Sierra Rutile deal was very shady. It was done without following proper processes. It was done without respect for the tax laws of Sierra Leone. For example, when they decided to reach the tax, the $8 million tax we then pay, I can tell you for a fact that Sierra Rutile be responsible for pay tax over $100 million. So how they reach the conclusion for say Sierra Rutile should pay $8 million was completely shady, was irresponsible, was careless. So quickly, and as I can speak with you, all the authorities that were involved in that issue don't confirm that themselves. Some of them talk and say they could confirm, not understand. They confirm say yes, the decision on the taxing was done like a rule of thumb. So, like you can just sit down and talk, say, okay, if you pay 150 million, well, the country had up right now, give you 8 million. So if we don't do that, then a remand arrangement that one day. And these are the kinds of things that we have to avoid as a country. So if we don't do these investigations, we already get on a conclusion. According to you, we wait for the recommendations from the COI, and you self confirm some of the same things they waiting at the government white paper. Already talk about shady dealings them and some secrecy will be happen in the transaction them. Is it that on a conclusion on a get and the COI being kind of similar or on a being compare notes at some point? No. We not ever get. I not ever get contact with the judges of the COI. They not ever get contact with me. Definitely will not get no relationship whatsoever. So why keep we are the ACC. In fact, even when they set up the committee for look into the white paper report, I decided to say I'm not to get involved at all. I was totally removed from the process. So why we are the ACC mindful? we mindful of we independence, and we want to make sure say we keep that independence, because we are the gatekeepers for the fight against corruption.
So why you hold on the report until the COI report come out? If the report's been come out, otherwise say you not name then 3 people there so in the commission.
Because now the principle of complementarity.
So if the commission, the report will come out, then 3 people there, then name not they inside the report, you for be go ahead and publish.
Oh yes, and they come out and say there is an aspect we will not look into. Look am. I am telling you. In fact, the COI not even deal with the tax aspect of the Sarah Ruta deal. Now we deal with her. So you see how we complement ourselves. They left out the tax aspect. They looked at more whether the shares were properly valued, whether they were carefully valued, whether the right rates were paid, and all these things. We zoomed in on the tax aspect which they were blindsided on, and we are now coming in to say, hey, here is another aspect of this investigation. And I can tell you for fact, everybody were involved in that decision making don't sit down with we and admit to the fact say the tax was irresponsibly decided.
The ACC now is
okay, we fumble them. And I don't drop 2 bombshell fauna. I know for say some of una be don't forget that report woman will be making a BBC, you know, and waiting actually the transition, you know, paper being revealed. And then some of una don't also, I believe, say we don't forget this interview where you know, Francis Ben Kelfala give recently, where also, you know, talk about quite a number of things then. One thing where he say anyways, this thing the money me first. The word where you use now that make her laugh. Leona, forgive me. You know, it's make I go to Madam Carrie Johnson Cole. Madam Carrie Johnson Cole, what do you make of the 2 interviews then? And then I can drill deeper.
Well, yeah, first of all, I have problem with Umaru Fofana's reporting. I get problem with her. Is it because it's a thief? I'm not being personal here, you see, but in the report, waiting even for a report, Umar appears to be more on the side of the ruling government. That's just my own personal opinion. I could be wrong, because for the simple fact, say, some reports in a day, we they expect it for come out, you know, they come out. And the way it reports anything to do with the opposition with 100% interest. Yes, in fact, more than 150% plus interest. And the way it do them, because this is going to the world. But when other things that they happen, Umaru doesn't report them. Plenty they happen at Salone. But in other reports, nobody knows about it. Anyway, let's leave that. Let me come to the point here now. You see, and Umaru Fofana talk say 100 million. John Cisse and the president, they make a profit of 100 million. I'm sorry, unless I know you're good, you see, I don't think so, because the very Francis Ben Kafala safe not say they make 100 million profit. Francis Kafala said this was Roadside was a business, and a business that should have paid a tax of over 100 million or something like that. That should have paid a tax of over 100 million, and not John Cisse and the other 2 making profits of 100 million. No, that are 2 different information. You see, he said they could have, but then they make that a remand trick, and they'll just say, okay, the country not get money. You see, so let's pay 8 million, and the 8 million was paid. And then, yes, accusing them as being a remand, this, or racketeering, all sorts of things. Fair enough. Ben Kafala is doing a job. He's doing a job. You see, but this explains why I said Umaru's reporting, you see, is very, very one-sided. Very, very one-sided. And another thing is, Francis Ben Kafala, just like when he reports at the radio lady, ask him for the evidence. You get all the evidence, Francis Ben Kafala. Why didn't you just indict them straight away? You get me? You don't investigate all the other people. Fair enough. Normally, yes, you can investigate. You can investigate other people there. But the president can go there. You investigate them. You see, in lawyers and they choose what you want to say, what you know and say. You see, because it's like you are looking for evidence that can incriminate them. You see, that's exactly what you were doing. You were looking for the evidence to build up your case, and then the case will go against them. That is the essence of that investigation. Even though, yes, you have a right to investigate, but you are investigating with interest more on the side of the government. You see, I think I have my reasons why I said so. When I saw a photo today of you and Fatima Bio on Facebook, you see, that should not have happened. You get me? So how could you, for the life of me, how could you come and say you are doing your job? You're doing your job without being partial or not. You see, you show it clear, say your duty. You get a duty, you get loyalty problem with to Fatima. You see, so obviously you would, from what you read, because I read it, I saw it. You see, so you're doing everything that Fatima would want you. You're impressing Fatima. I'm sorry, Kafala. You see, that is just my own personal opinion. You see, don't take it personally, because I have defended you here times and times again. Many times I've defended you. You see, but in this case, what I saw on Facebook today, it changed some of my perception about you. You get me? You see, because it's like it's like your loyalty is more to them than the country. Okay, let me leave that. You get me? So now, yes, it's more to them than the country. You see, but so now coming to these investigations that they say, where they say, I'm all for the investigations and everything, you see, but if you have all the evidence, why didn't you just indict them? You talk and say you don't you get the evidence. You don't come to your conclusion. Was your conclusion about, should I interrogate him or not? Was that the conclusion? Because the conclusion will lead for make you ask yourself question what you should do. You see, was that the conclusion? Because you say you can't make a conclusion. So were you looking for the evidence to know whether you should indict him, or you were looking for the evidence to know whether you should interrogate him? You get me? There was no need for him to have been interrogated by you. You've got all the evidence according to within the kafala, which you say. You've got it all. You've spoken to everybody, all those who were involved with this issue. You spoke to them and you are very, very confident about that. Why put him through your investigations? You see, trying to get information from him that can build your case against him. Because if you had all that, you could have just indicted him and then he goes to court and defend himself. He's got his lawyers, you see. Now you are picking things now to build your case up. You understand? Or I won't be surprised in the end if you come back and say there is nothing, because that's the essence of this investigation when it comes to money laundering, is to look and see whether there is evidence, whether I've got the evidence enough to take him to court, or to just leave them. Or is it that you wanted to humiliate him because you know that you are not going to go ahead with it? You see? Yes, I won't be surprised on that. If you have all these 201,000 questions for President Koroma and all that, you see, so why? This is what I can't understand. Why didn't you indict him straight away? I mean, if you had indicted him, then there was the court issues, then he would have taken his lawyers, and then they go to court, and then they have juries there to decide the case, you see. But now you're taking so many information from him because he's in a weaker position, although he has his legal representatives there. But his legal representative would not say much because he was the one they are talking to. If I were these legal representatives, I wouldn't have encouraged him to say much anyway, unless they know something, you see, unless they believe what they are saying is correct. You see, then they'll say, okay, let's leave him. You get me? For me, you understand? I must make it clear, you understand? I am in favor of fighting corruption. So let me just say that. I don't want to think that I am not. No, I favor. It's just the manner in which they're going about it. That's all.
Okay. So we think Madam Kadi Johnson, they say in SSA, is that they're against, fighting corruption. Like, you say, like the president say, we must fight corruption. We know corruption will fight back. And there's a time when we get for look into if corruption is fighting back and how it's fighting back. But for today, then they're not to the essence of waiting make we there so. They say, listen, the process, and I've always said this on the show, process matters. Procedures matters. You cannot shortcut or shortchange process and think, say, you go from point A to Z. No. If you go through process and you go through procedures, you start from point A, then you go get to point Z successfully. But if you go from point A, you reach M, then you want jump to Z, immediately, something is going to happen. We don't get, we see you don't join, we more Tarawali. So I go make it tell family then I don't even as they can if this question are in head together they tell family I do together they answer the question. Yes. So we are you say Francis Ben Kelfala say he say the way they run the mining, the sale of the mining, he say the Sierra Rutile. He said they run them as a Rayman business. Now then, if people are not be understand why make up in the boss laugh after interview done, now that word then I not been grief for common and me aid, Rayman business. He said they run them as a Rayman business. From everything where we don't gather so far, from the handing over report to the the COI. And the reports of the COI and everything where we don't come for uncover, where we know, not a waiting then know, this now waiting we know, waiting available to the public, right? Where we know. Is it right to say that the deal was so shady that it was run as if, it was a mafia operation? Because Rayman business basically a mafia operation. Okay, to put in simple English terms, was he right in saying it was a mafia operation?
The word itself, I think, say, what I'm right. I think, say, in a more emotional way to say, you as an investigator, you get for take your time for build your case, and when you carry enough for use emotion, you get for use the evidence the way you get. Sometimes you then what the way they put out can show a certain thing unconsciously where me ready for show out. To me, that one day that the party self and come out. As much as a Sierra Leone, we know say if the company is supposed to make about 200 million or whatever that is, and you can only take 8 or 18 million, then it will piss you off. But again, you got to be more disciplined the way you put your case across. Because if that case where you talk about, if I use the word now, if that what it is say, so they sell a company and that kind of money they make, that's a big loss for the country. And you need investigation. Would I run this deal? Would that profit out of them? Because for let somebody come with this committee government say, for sell 200 or sell 18 or sell 8, somebody can forget courts. But you as a prosecutor, where they prosecute stuff, where where you try for say the perpetrator, if for be innocent until proven guilty. At the same time, your position where you don't attain right now, people in the type of trust in you because of the way you come in. Some of them here, you get for the discipline, how you put them out there. If you say in emotion, capture them where they present them out. But at the other hand, if not the way this deal here go, it's a bad deal, they need for looking to them. Because at the end of the day, a small set of people that will not benefit over the entire country. People that we entrust for be the people that waiting for look out for we. They will not sell way out. So them because the first thing is we're supposed to get the better end of the deal. How we end up forget the bad deal. How the people that can buy goods at profit but selling people no profits. There's nothing wrong for law looking to them. The other thing if you say America they always advocate say the SEC for the independence. When you're independent, sometimes the way you approach things then is different from where you get affiliation. I don't care how much pain can for hide up, you not get for hide. Something and we not able hide. You emotionally hide. You believe that they hide. You can hide them, but people in the sea not smoke. But at the end of the day, but though this deal need to be looked into.
The deal needs to be looked into.
Can I come in?
Go ahead.
I can come in. Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
I do agree with you that we should investigate corruption. You see, because the money we involve such a very large sum of money and all that. You see, because if they're not going to pay tax and all that, I agree with that. So find out the tax. You see, but why make then conclusions then? Why, like you said, why utter the statement then? You see, so someone, you see, when they utter their statement then, you are there for or on a special motive, not necessarily corruption. You are fighting corruption, but you are going there, you see, to have a go at somebody for whatever reason is this, because your loyalty is to BO government. You get me? I am not against BO government. BO himself knows that. I say it as I see it. He knows that. You see, so he won't say that I'm against him. You see, but that's the point. You don't come out assuming that you are on a mission different from being being.
Yeah, sorry for cutting. No, sorry for cutting. What I try to say now is that they mistake this way. Sometimes they will need for the speaker who then choose the right people for the wrong position. Because sometimes even though people are talking about loyalty, maybe because they put on there because now SFP you can't fight for them. But we know say if now SFP person involved, whether I guess in matter involved, you know, can't say my business. In fact, up to this, we don't know that if there is. You see, so you get to be careful how you pick and choose them case here. Because this is a case for the big bank, if I don't get one of the, if you win this case in a court, this case will give an accurate way they look for. But the problem is how you will win this case here if you become prejudiced. You see, this is the word is if you become a prejudice of the case before you even present it, before you get you interrogate the person, you go for next case on. Now that don't bring some of the doubts on other side when the crisis are saying which one of this, be not just which one, but again, your behavior could make people come to that conclusion there.
Yes, I agree with you. Ben Kafala, yes, now a very good lawyer, no doubt about it. You see, now a very good lawyer. You see, if only Ben Kafala been showed degree of independence, whatever self he gets, he keep on within himself, nobody, it's not obvious. You see, that's not in don't cloud him maybe. It's not that he's not a good lawyer. He is a good lawyer. Nobody can take that from Ben Kafala. Now, good lawyer, you see. But in loyalty, don't cloud him. He cloud him. You get me? I'm not saying this because I want to support the other side or not. You see, I've always supported BO anyway. You get me? I've always supported BO anyway. You get me? But the truth must be said. We call a spade a spade. This one, you see, Ben Kafala, Akanaya to be perception really changed. You see, Ben Kafala, the way it is, maybe Ben Kafala should not even continue. It not before continue say with this investigation anymore. You understand? Because I'm not saying that Kuruma and others did not take money or did not take anything. I'm not saying that they did not take anything that belongs to the state. You see, but what I saw today on Facebook with Fatima and the wording of Ben Kafala, I read it. Yes, Ben Kafala.
No, I was just about to talk about that when you finish this one. Because
Ben Kafala should not even continue now with this investigation. You see, there's a possibility that he will come back and say, well, there's nothing. But I'll be surprised. How can you come back later and say, oh, we didn't find anything, when already people have told you that this is it, this is that, this is that. But the truth is, he is not the right person now to investigate this matter. He is not the right person, you see, because he's not independent anymore. It's so clear. We've seen circumstances, situations in which other people, they're involved in the problems. Chief Minister had a 1.5 talk. There was rice, 50,000 bags of rice. The very Ben Kafala came and said, oh yes, you see, then he admitted there was these bags of rice, people didn't take it. But the case just died. It just died. Then with the people that they go and shape rice. You get me, eh? You see, and your wife goes there sharing rice. Is it the bags of rice that was missing that other people don't have access to? I don't know. You understand? I hold nothing against Fatima Bio. You understand? I like her anyway because yes, she's doing a nice job. And all that. No, let me just say it. Get me? I'm just hitting on the point.
Whether you like them or you not like them, it no matter. Wait till we know now when they talk.
Okay. No, Matilda, last time in quick. Even though we don't say Ben Kafala, we don't point out Ben Kafala on your side. The former president said, get in your side where we need for call out and bring back on the front team.
Oh, yeah.
As somebody where you know the man where if you go back and watching video there, you talk I'm like my own family say the law need for calm down on you if you do something wrong.
Oh yeah.
Me feel say somebody where is say that and for be the first person way for them before in this investigation. They no need for the coax and beg and for come before for come talk about this thing. If they sell this company under your regime, now whether a good deal or bad deal, there's a possibility that people and do good deal behind the door, behind closed door, you know they know what they use in name for do the engineer. You need to come out for clear your family name and you serve and make people know say whether you get something for this. Because don't forget see, they take me the power allegation they but who say you know they put it in embezzle money, they do that, this allegation. We don't know whether that's true or not. Now the time this now where everything on done, this is not a young government anymore because we all know this African government they ever investigate themselves right. This is the time we for only before now say thank God this is not the opposition in power now. Now let we go to now show paper to paper. If I don't get nothing for do with this year, I'm behind it up. There we go. This security reason they talk of all in here, I end up free to. So I don't tell me say if you get full access for kind of filter, you know me just one count. So but continue for look now back to the former president himself. Waiting then where in the store all this year because to be frank, President come out to post in a social media person. These students they don't become a social media friendly.
Wait, not on the program before I reach the
okay, well that's
okay. Let me add my voice. No, let me add my voice to this the former president in talk.
Yes.
Because if I not add my voice there, yes, it would I don't like things to be misconstrued. You get me? You see? I agree with you. That was why in the last program, I be plead and I say, come answer. If you don't come, you won't know waiting and get there for you. Come, I agree with you. If I don't come, enough for make them run after and say, because this is somebody who believes in peace. And he don't build this country up for 11 years in one piece. You get me? If I don't come, but this is also, I guess, small problem like we have been mentioned at the last time. Could it be that his lawyers advised him and then he chose not to go according to the advice? You see, because I would have expected the lawyers to have advised him to come for this interview. Yes, come for the interview because the lawyers themselves, they know their job. They know so when they invite you, go there. If it means you advise your clients beforehand that when you get there, you see, because since it's unexplained well, they are going to question you about, do not say much. Let them go and find the evidence themselves. Because you saying something to pick up something from what you are saying to incriminate you. You see, that's what I would have done. I'll say, come for this interview. But when you go there, you understand. Don't say much, you understand. You don't have to say. You see, let them indict you to court. You understand. Unless there is more to it that you and I don't know, then one begins to think why that happened. But otherwise, he should have come for this interview. There was no need for him not to attend because we're saying that all this, it wasn't safe, you see. But he went to Freetown. It was quite safe. And he left Freetown to go to McKinney again. It was quite safe. So nobody knows what he was told. Nobody knows why he decided not to go. Although people are insinuating that, oh, now because he's guilty that makes. Now because he... How could he be guilty of something that he doesn't know that they are going to investigate about? Nobody told him what they're going to investigate, you see. So it's wrong for the people that say
Miss Johnson, Miss Johnson, people don't get the right to come up with a perception.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yes, that's no clear that. The thing is that if President Kobami is ahead of this thing, if they call it say, hey, Unakamu, I don't because I move out to my life, being a peaceful citizen, when I sit and talk to me get open and wait for one. I tell you say look at ACC, you're not going to turn on ACC. Because the same thing before I also don't want to show you program but I'm in.
No, it's okay. Go on, and I give you 1 minute to conclude.
Okay. The thing is that ACC need to be careful and under this situation. This is a very a huge dilemma for them. Either way it go right now, it will be a problem for them in the long run. If the dynamic say they need to be independent, because if they come with the right evidence, still something for hand over them. The APC for to go all the way for turn them around. If you're not fair nothing against Kuguma, SPP supporters they for come down on them everyone. If that is that they never win election, and then we're at the wilderness for a long time. So this case, better be careful with that.
Indeed, this case make them be careful with them. You know, Francis Ben Kelfala he say throughout the COI, he say, even interfere, excuse me, be one for no waiting they happen there. He said because they are the gatekeepers of corruption. Now this country, he says so now that make in look outside the anti-corruption, then not been the look where now been the tax evasion type thing. Fair enough. But then I see me, me two panelists, then they argue back and forth about, safety, not safety, it can is safe and whatnot. I think there is something that we not tap into when are the key thing here. Okay, then me know they argue say safety, not safety. It not feel secure, it not feel safe. Okay. According to them, we not know waiting na in your level of safety or waiting in deem secure or waiting in deem safe. So at some point, let's just assume that he was there and he made himself available because waiting in deem safe and waiting in deem secure was given to him. But even inside the spy, there is one ingredient we haven't mentioned: the intervention of the British High Commissioner. Could it be that without the intervention of the British High Commissioner for sort of be the mediating party between the two big guns, then this interview would not have happened? Are we trying to say as a nation we cannot conduct our own affairs without the intervention of external bodies and external parties? After 59 years of independence, in few months, we are going to be a 60-year-old. A 60-year-old, like I can say, don't get wetia. The wetia boku pack all side. Okay? The wetia boku is scatter all side. So if at 60-year-old you have been grade, almost completely grade, and you cannot handle your own affairs within, what does that say? What does that really say? That is one of the key ingredients that we are missing today that we haven't touched on. Should it not have been the intervention of the British High Commissioner? Would this, interview, this much talked about interview, would it have held or would it not have held? What moved the needle? For me, the only denominator that moved the needle here was the intervention of the British High Commissioner.
Madam, can I come into it, please?
Yes.
The British High Commission thing, we are not really sure whether that actually happened because lawyers from both sides not mention anything of the sort. Because a direct question was asked by Sandy, whether he's called Sandy or the man, the ACC man. He said not to acknowledge. You get me? And then JFK was interviewed. They not mention. They almost deny the facts because they not say anything for say British High Commission. You understand? They say he went there. The client go there on his own volition. You see, so not to any third party make him for goodie. You get me? And then, and the Macaulay as well, you see. So if I were you, maybe we shouldn't even dwell on it, you see, because we don't have any evidence to say that happened. Because all the sides, whether they're keeping it quiet for themselves or for whatever reason, maybe it happened, but they don't want to say it at this stage, you see. But so far, none of the parties have actually confirmed. All they did was to deny it, you understand? So maybe let's just don't dwell on that, really, to be honest. But I agree with what Matilda is saying. Assuming that happened, then it's a shame because we cannot deal with situations without always getting outsiders to come to our country, you see. But then again, both sides have problems. The way the anti-corruption went about it, you see, yes, created the thing for the former president not to show up. And the way both parties, their supporters, have been saying things, one person is saying that, the other side is saying this, the other side is that. And we can understand this former president, yes, he walks about freely in the past and everything, but the way things were going now, what guarantee did he even have that they would attack him on the way? You see, no, it's just someone saying that they wouldn't have attacked him anyway. But the way the opposition have been saying things, and the way the government supporters have been saying things, anyone in his situation, you understand, would have had concerns. It's possible that maybe he knows what they're talking about. Maybe he is dodging it. I wouldn't say he is not. There's the possibility that he's aware, even though he wasn't told, you see, but he knows what he's been doing. He didn't want to go. Or it's possible again that, you see, from what people have been saying, it could have been attacked, you see. So we cannot dismiss all this. Everything that you've said is a possibility. It's a possibility.
Yeah, exactly. It is a possibility, and I agree with you. But there is one thing I have heard certain recently, in recent times, which I've studied for a little bit. When Umar Ufo-Farena came, he dropped the bomb because it like for saying, I first can give the Makoni for test waters and see reaction. And then when they don't test waters and see reaction, and then come now, then drop him. He was the first person to have reported this in the morning of Monday morning when it happened. It was only after his report, and it has made wide circulation where it talks say now the British High Commission and I broker a deal between them. Now that 10 day now then come and officially from both sides, from both Anes by Coma and then from the ACC, they make a statement. But man, let me not hold my colors. Let me go straight to the caller. Caller, you have 2 minutes. Waiting are your contribution. Who say you the call from? Waiting are your name and waiting you get for say.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello, caller. Okay, look like say that caller they get problem. Caller, I go advise that you call again, hang up and call again. I go move on to the next call. Caller, waiting on your name and who say you.
Hello?
Yes, caller.
Hello?
Yes, caller, we hear you.
Okay, yes. I'm not think to say the former president and they run away from an interview, okay? You know the tyrants, the way they deal with. They go train, it's like I'm adjust there, it's like an bush. So, no, that now 1, 2, Zoom day, they can be easily do this interview, on a Zoom. But me, I personally think to say they just want to intimidate, and then harass the president. And then Jude himself talk say, if President Koroma act like, like an politician, then go treat him like a politician. And Westing back cannot understand how you go there, you corrupt more than anything in the world, then you they go after corruption. This now impossible me. Nobody know the way corrupt traditional people are so, okay? It's like me no personal things about it. Nobody know this. So this now it baffle me. They embezzle money, they thief money. The people they suffer. They just they behind, it's like the opposition, people they complain every day, teachers them, it's like East, Northerners, students them, everybody they complain. Make them all this time where they don't waste, okay, for fet President Koroma, therefore be use them, okay, for fix the country, for take care of the people them. Even America also with Trump, with everything where Trump do. Once Trump done, once Biden don't swear in, then they go after him. You get for, it's like no matter if President Koroma okay, even President Obama, okay, acknowledge the good work where he don't do. He did a lot, at least in the country in day. Now they is fixed, now in Tony Day. Fatima and Mother Bio, they're not going for live na Salone. They're not going for do nothing. They're not even there for build a house. All the money in the house. Maybe they left them people left. Do your work. Leave the man alone. It's just intimidation. They can easily zoom them. Okay? Therefore, but do Zoom interview. That's it. Okay? But not to corruption. Because then corrupt more than anybody. That's all I get for say. Okay? Make them take care of the citizens. Then please, thank you.
Okay, thank you, caller. Thank you, caller. I will go to the next call. Caller, what's your name? And you say the
please. They just say I don't know listen they talk.
Thank you, caller. I will go to the next call. Caller, what's your name?
Please, they just say I don't know listen they talk.
Okay, caller, how are you?
Hello? Hello?
Yes, caller, what's your name?
Hello?
Yes, caller, we dey hear you. Okay, so it be look like say the caller then be more interested in insulting the
Oh my God. Am I on?
Yeah, you're on. Go ahead. Yes, you are on.
Oh, okay, good. Thank God. Thank you very much. I got a lot of things to say here. Please, if you can give me even an extra 1 minute, but let me leave that side first. First to begin, I will talk because I want to talk and fast. First to begin, you guess, Miss Johnson. I've been on the list you program for a while. Miss Johnson has a bias. He cannot favor the president, but I put down their side from EU, from a word of what they common I mouth. The second thing we are the talk about the mining company, the president and a young cousin. Now they make the deal. Tell me, you as a president, whose side are you on? You suppose for the country where you govern. You not go make deal for let the country loss. You for do deal in the interest of the company. But you not do that one day. You make deal, you go give the government 8 million. You wanna make over 100 million each. Tell me how fair that is. How selfish is that? Whose country the way you go say you're not president, you govern. You make deal like that for your interest. Not knowing constituency itself you go spend the money. Where you go talk say what they call. You know, people already talk about this 1.5 million and bags of rice, all this crap. People are not pursuing a member of parliament will be involved in the rights. They sack them because they ain't be involved. I don't know why people want to see certain things will not be. You cannot force people for make rights turn wrong or wrong turn right because of you political affiliation. That is wrong. And talking about the British High Commissioner involved because Mr. Former president feels to say as a former president, he gets on leverage that is above the law that they not for color and come. If forget say 7 million people can be president. We have to select one. And once you are out of there, you are an ordinary citizen like any ordinary citizen at the company. You don't make no difference for nobody. The president of Korea, I see and show now a video where they handcuff him, then to put on a vehicle set, then they cross him from one street to cross to the other building with handcuff in hand. They don't make a special in Korea when he commit the same thing where this man do so corruption. They don't make a special. And the other thing again is that saying
okay, caller, I go make you call back and render I give you few seconds on top. I give you Bonya, but I can't allow you for go past the Bonya where I give you. I go hold the call them for now, and I go back to my panelists them. Make I get the reaction to waiting the caller then don't say, and then I want go straight to some audios them where a post interview will happen after the first meeting.
All right. I think so. I'm going to jump on this quick because before I forget the thoughts, so Monday we will bring a different person. When I bring the same person, I will start with the third call. I mean, the last caller. Then if I go to the first caller, I get plenty of ideas. The first caller. The last caller, he talk about the resilience. We talk to the fire somebody. But the question, would that punish? Would that the government punish, or what's the punishment? Because when we talk about corruption, we talk about mass. This is a mass scale of corruption. We said in TPS. And when it comes to corruption, one of the first things that come, when I know they get no secret cow. But even the former Minister of Education, now this one out there. Whether it gets something for do time or not get something for that, if now the coordinators here, it still means supposed to pay a price for her. Not just for SATA, but if I don't put something we will not say, next another person will do the be share. Money that they lost, will not account for. What's happened there? Inside Parliament, this still the go between parenterally and Tower, waiting commodity. We say to talk about corruption. On and give out don't come. It talks the Parliament corrupt. Waiting commodity. There's a lot of things there where you get for look into. Not just what the pick and choose who say you want for get you on or say no want, but put in a way. If you look at, you can find out say if I don't side that thing in common, if I don't put more emphasis than we come out on your side. That's the thing they make some of them here make what they say. Una need to make the as a level ground for everybody. If this gets an APC person may lose this year, una can take more strength, put more emphasis on them for make sure that person come into before the law than SAPP person. Now I go to that first caller. That first caller, first of all, it get right to an opinion. Most of them here always say that's opinion. There's a difference between opinion and facts. It make an allegation about the train Kamajosi. Right now, if they ask and I'll say, bring that evidence on train Kamajosi by now forest guard they can show because that's how they refer to Kamajo. If forest guard they do something with me wrong, that not show say na Kamajo, we're not getting a proof say that we are Kamajo. Right. We just know say they do something where we all been discussed over because we don't know what they're telling in there. That's the difference. Secondly, it talk about the Zoom. Not to we get for tell the ACC how they get for conduct the interview. Not to we they go tell ACC make Zoom for the other one, make Skype for the other one, bring the other in office, go meet the other in Pala. No. ACC, in fact, that make me accredit ACC. Why would I ask anybody for Canada office? But when I say they go meet the former president and yours. But when I turn around and say, now a citizen, a statesman, I don't know that respect it. But if the thing go fine, we go praise on it. But if you go bad, we go blame on it. So at this point, we go for blame the ACC. So not to we go for tell them the Zoom. And secondly, they talk about say Judah Jallo say President Nkrumah then we treat the politician. As a citizen of that country, yes, President Nkrumah is a politician. If President Nkrumah want to be a statesman, if I don't resign, as soon as it done in time, if I don't go down as a former president, but when you become a chairman of a party, you are still an active politician. You say even though you get right now, they go then say for pick and choose, so they go forgive you. They want to give the chairmanship what they want, or they want to give the former president style what they want. Then just pick and choose them. Because at this point, APC is your priority. Now you the head the APC, you main aim and objective that for the APC come back from power. You get to do whatever it takes for make sure say APC trump SAPP. So he is still an active politician. This is the danger of waiting a play with. If you may not say you want to fully expect, might not fit here you, stay away from the politics. Because you don't suffer, Lord, they can get you money, you give coffee and give cola. But when you say you want to be a chairman of a party, boy, you're still an active politician, then they will come after you. So something they're not beginning to go stuff into. Well, they're not going closer to election. They're going to begin to go stuff. Because you're still an active politician. When you're not allowed to touch, you're not going to put a photo. That's all I got to say.
Okay, Madam Kadi Johnson, which thing you get
I'll start with the first. I will start with the first lady caller. Yes, I'll just go briefly because Med don't talk most of the back thing. With regard to the Zoom meeting, I don't think a Zoom meeting would have been the best way, considering the way we then make we believe, say, the kind of high-level interview we is supposed to be, with them they try forget, then Zoom would not have been the right thing, you see, because if you're trying to get him to say something, you're questioning him, what guarantee do you have that there are no other people in the room that would contribute to the interview? Because you can mute. It can mute it, you see, and then it'll listen to all the questions, then perhaps other people are around, you see, then they can say, I'm not saying that is what would have happened, but that is just a possibility with Zoom. You see, you get Zoom meeting people and then you call and they always hear that person, they say, but una no they waiting, they say. You see, that was why for anybody, not just a former president, Zoom would not have been appropriate for that kind of meeting anyway, especially when you want to get them from himself safe. You get me? And then with Judith, in all honesty, Jude did not do anything wrong at all. I've always said that. Jude did not do anything wrong. You see, Jude, it's a fact. If you are in politics, you're going to be treated like a politician. You see, if you're not a politician, then not going to, because Jude make him clear, we were ready to respect him and treat him like a statesman. But because in a leader for a party and everything, so he is still a politician. You see, so obviously they're not going to buy your arm. We're in a politician where they can compete with them. You see what I mean? So we have to look at it that way. You get me? That may not have been the reason why it did politics or who gets back at them, but we just have to be honest here. Like I've always said, I say things the way I see it. I don't say things because of any affiliations with nobody. You get me? Those who know me will tell people that this is me. I say it as I say it. You get me? What matters most is when you don't say it the way it should be said. That is what is bad. You see? And then when people they talk, say, well, that first lady from America will say, well, they not acknowledge the ABK don't work. Obviously, ABK don't work, you don't do a lot of things, but that not mean say, if they're for investigating for something where they feel to say that if it becomes a suspect on something, particularly corruption, the law, nobody know they above the law. You see, therefore investigate, therefore ask a question. That not dispel the fact say he has not done much in the country. You see, to say that, oh, he don't work for this country. He's worked for the country. Does that mean because he's worked for the country, if there are things to be questioned, it shouldn't be questioned? You see, it should be questioned because they're not questioning. When be yourself come out, they're not going to question you. They're not going to question nobody. You see, so we have to question everybody. Yes. So when I left this talk here for say, he don't do work. You see, the country recognized he don't do work. 11 years of presidency, he do a lot of things, but he wasn't a perfect man. He make mistakes. You understand? So that mistakes and the way he make, you see, if they ask him questions and the man say, ain't clean, his hands are clean. You see, so let them go, let it go. They're able to exonerate them and all that. Then they're ready for being action against them for compensation for the world humiliation with the don't give. You get me? So I finished with that lady. Make her go now to this man who accused me of being biased. You get me? Now you want to tell me say I'm biased, or maybe some other people will not believe what they say. You get me? I am not biased in any way. I am not. You get me? If anything, now me for free say, because from day one, they talk and say they must go after everybody will take money. I don't ever hide them. I've recorded audios, have written them in posts, various WhatsApp groups and all that. I say it. Anybody will take money, we no blunt them. You see? Therefore investigate them. You see, so that's not the point. But the point where you talk, say, deal interest in favor of the company, I will repeat it. You get me? Eddie ABK is not guilty of nothing at the moment. They are only investigating him. You get me? So if they invest, it's wrong for the people then say.
And I think saying that then the misconception of a lot of people is that they feel he's been indicted for something. No. He's been investigated, not indicted.
Now after they go ask them questions, say, now so where you? What do you say? You get me? You see, not to say that they go talk, say, obviously, Sarah Woodside, and in fact, this man will talk, say, then get 100 million profit. Each of them, then get 80 million profit. I don't remember coming across anything like that that said each of them had 8 million profit. It's just an assumption. You get me? Maybe they made profit, but nobody knows. You get me? All they are saying is that Sierra Woodside, you see, they should have paid tax, over 100 million tax. But for some reason, they did this remand trick. You understand? I say, okay, the country not get money. You can just pay the 8 million. That itself, if it is true, that was wrong. You get me? That was wrong. You see? Well, now they go because now corporation tax. That's where people make their money. Country makes their revenues.
Complacence.
Yes.
Some complacent because I think the APC.
Yeah, you see.
Sorry for cutting you. I think most APC them if we're not powerful because of the again. Make people be careful about prison. They can't prison. They can't work. Just like when na mada BOA. So by then say we going to lead that a virus to you. Because after we.
I was just about to say that after you don't listen to
forget. Sorry. I know experience which I experienced last week. A big deal. You see. So basically, that's what we are saying. You see, it's possible that they even take that man say 80 million. So then 30 million each of them say. But we don't know. You get me? Yeah. You see, so let we left them and they ask questions. Then when they ask questions, one thing about it, the man say are ready for answer everything. He don't go there. The 80% we left now, but it can't be 80% again because after the first interview it was 20% it did, so 80% was left. So the second interview now, we don't know how much percentage don't left now. You get me? But it not go be again 80 because they don't do the second one. You see, and all. So basically that's the point. And then when this man they say this rise did not take place, you see. Well, okay, I'm not thinking of going to that section now because I go
because
PO don't deal with that. But wait till I want to say now, this British envoy now, where that man say involved, well, that's your opinion. Maybe what they say is if Umar Fofana say that first, according to you, you decide. But all the lawyers them, both sides they deny them. You get me? You see, so conflict, so confusion then and because confusion then I am likely to go along with waiting the lawyers they don't say from both sides. Not to waiting Umar will tell me, not to waiting this caller say. Now waiting the lawyers the way represent the former president and the ACCA way represent Ben Kafala. Now waiting and say. So we they go according to that. You see?
Okay.
So caller, do ya? I am not a biased person. If you listen to this program, you would know that I am not biased. You see, I don't talk. You know, I'm supposed to already talk for Ben Kafala.
I beg, not defend yourself to callers. It's all good.
Yes. The only reason why I take a stance against Ben Kafala today is because of that picture we are seeing and waiting Ben Kafala right now Facebook. Now he make I come with that conclusion day. But I not get any doubt say Ben Kafala is not a good lawyer. He is a good lawyer. Yes.
Okay, make I just hold you there. I want to go to the audio recordings them. I want to go to the first interview from Sandy and then followed by Joseph Fitzgerald Kamara in Sefionsai. That was at the closing of the first interview, the initial interview where we hear it, but technical team, I go make you roll.
They've been happen yes. Also, finally then be not able for begin this interview. We get Patrick Sandy, we are the Director of Public Education and Outreach, now the Anti-Corruption Commission. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Yes, good morning, 98.1. You're a bit faint. I know they get you clearly. So
right. Yesterday we see una issue out a public notice. Also una they confirm say una finally don't able forget the interview with former President Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma. Let me just start forget first. Waiting have been the highlights of the about 6 hours where una say una been get with him yesterday. Waiting have been the highlights.
Well, yeah, basically you self don't state that we put out a press release, and the press release been very precise in the sense that it states that we don't commence the interview. The interview been last for 6 hours. We started at 11 a.m. and we suspend them at 5 p.m. because we get for recontinue. And I go one for le fumble then no say in the whole gamut of issues where we look at not just about 20%. And I know more we able for accomplish yesterday. So we still get about 80% and quite a good number of the issues, the crux of them. Now then we really need to address going forward. But I will state that the interview process go on very well. There was a huge cooperation, and we will continue for also talk to members of the public for let them do time so that we will complete this exercise.
Doing 20% out of 100, the remaining 80%. Now time not be permits the commission for continue with the questioning. We make una been pause and force.
Oh, definitely. You know, say when you do an interview, both sides then get for really day in good states. So for conduct an interview for 6 hours, you will really know say that was long time enough. And if we are not done the issues, definitely waiting will happen for let we now go suspend the interview and continue at a later date. What we now or to go agree on that is, for instance, the ACC and former president in lawyers. We have agreed on that also.
The ACC interviewing people can open different files them. This one for the former president, Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma. Now almost file them with a lookout and waiting at the specifics. What are they look for?
Well, we don't initially inform the public. We get 18 different issues. We no need for going into the details because this is an investigative process. We need for maintain the integrity of the investigations. But I know say the public will be aware of a few, but there are 18 different issues we look at.
Created an issue ya be where you know for make the public know, because the Anti-Corruption Commission, when una can do investigation, una can make people know say una they investigate certain person for this or this crime. Waiting at the secrecy and this one where una know for make people know.
No, not about secret. You know, say conducting an investigation, we for no say it's a process that is one, and you therefore maintain the integrity of it. We don't discuss with the public issues around the issuing of executive orders. I think that is where I can stop. But then there are a whole lot of issues where we look at where I definitely have to go into the details. Not about this being secret, but we want to maintain the integrity. That is the process when you do criminal investigations.
This interview happened same way. Una be don't make 3 other attempts them will not be happen for let una get former president forget for do the interview. Waiting difference the commission do this time around where una able forget finally.
No, I'm not saying there's anything different in the conditions. The only thing is that you know say as we be done the try for engage in terms of wanting him to talk to we don't actually go through several issues where we feel say this time round instead reason out say no, it is but appropriate he talk to the ACC. So I believe say nothing no quite different in actual fact. We have had challenges before, you know that, but we're very thankful that we don't get the interview yesterday, and we'll continue in the same spirit.
We don't see different messages come out from the former president from in Twitter handle and other social media platform them where we don't follow about him saying he hands them clean and he always willing and ready for answer to the commission. From the engagement we wanna get with him yesterday for about 6 hours, how you go explain in willingness for answer to the questions them where the commission they ask him?
I don't get that aspect clearly.
I say we don't see different tweets them where the former presidents don't they give out to the public for say a hands and clean and he always willing and ready for cooperate with anything we get for do with the rule of law and other thing them. The 6 hours we wanna spend with him yesterday, how you go explain in willingness for cooperate with the commission for answer to una question them?
Yeah, I don't state that earlier that the process was very cooperative. So he'd be very much willing if they cooperate as we go along. And we are satisfied with that as a commission.
All the different incidents them where we don't they happen earlier before we are able to forget them finally. Waiting at the lessons them where the commission don't learn as to handling issues we get for do it, interviewing people of such high profile.
But the point is all what we done they do before. Not to things the way they out of the way. These are just processes, and they are all in the law. When you try for talk to somebody in terms of an interview, and as a commission, we do quite a lot. Members of the public go quite know say we did quite a lot. So I don't believe there is anything you may talk about lessons learned. The only fact of the matter is we are at this stage, and we are very much happy that the parties are cooperating. and that this interview will continue. I will still continue for appeal to members of the public that we will update them as we go along, but also let them give it time so that we will get this interview completed within the shortest possible time.
One outstanding question, the way people on the ask as to how wanna be able to forget former President Koroma, where people on the suggest to get for do with the intervention of the international community. How could this be?
No. There's nothing about international community coming into this. I believe engagement with the legal team has been very fruitful, and then they don't able to get to this point. But to say international community interventions, not to my knowledge. The fact is, say in issues of this nature, you must get some of those, if you like, challenging issues. But as I say, the Commission very much appreciative, and we're thankful that we don't get over that hurdle and that we are progressing very, very well.
All right, Mr. Sandy, before you left with finally, how long this whole interview process go get for take? For long, close the files, the one that open against former President Ernest Bai Koroma?
I honestly not going to give you a specific timeline in terms of how long it will take. It all depends on how the parties they cooperate. But as a commission, say we don't prioritize this, and we put every resources into it, and we go assure members of the public that we go do within the shortest possible time, as and when it's appropriate to do, so that we will be very thorough and professionally what we do. Not to kind of run up with interview when you do not get actually what you want. As I say, we have done just 20%, imagine in 6 hours. So what is left and in how many hours that will be done, we have to make all those estimations. So I know we'll now come on top of my finger for beginning you a timeline.
Many thanks for the updates. I'm Patrice Sandy, Director of Public Education and Outreach at the Anti-Corruption.
They want for do to about 2 times. They don't send invite. Finally, yesterday, this interview be happen. But before the interview happen, we don't hear issues of warrant of arrest, where the ACC say they get option for issue for the former president. If you not been carried yesterday, now be the warrant of arrest make His Excellency former President Koroma been go before the ACC yesterday, or it be just willing for go before the ACC and answer to question them as he continue for say he ready for fet for a name.
Yeah, thank you very much. The former president, Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma, we are now your client, has always made it clear for say he's willing, ready, and able for participating in an interview. The circumstances will make the interview not mean they hold, not mean they retain in control. Which will be the time for managing the relationship of the interview together with the state security. So there are many conversations going back and forth to ensure we get a smooth process. It has nothing to do about the threat of a warrant of arrest or not. We reach a stage, the climax of each, for say, yes, we don't comfortable, they say don't comfortable, we don't get a neutral ground, all the rules of the game perfect, then the interview was held in the peaceful atmosphere.
About 6 hours yesterday, Una spent na the interview. According to the ACC, na just 20%. They be able for cover from the entire interview. And Una clients they answer to question they will get for do with alleged money laundering, then serve some foreign bank accounts them where it open abroad, and serve issues they will get for do with executive orders where it been give. The tell way in a been president. Now them the ACC say then they investigate. But you clients continuously they use in social media handles them. They talk say all waiting the ACC they accuse her of. They get answer to them, to a saint were able to provide answers. And a political intimidation and witch hunt, guilty of all length in the day. How prepared you clients be for defend this in name way continue for say they defend?
Well, we clients be in very good spirit. He believe in innocence and he believes on which he do it within the confines of the law. And that as a former president, while he was in his duty, he exercised his discretion judiciously and in the best interest of the nation. Questions that we are posed to him, we don't see money laundering questions as yet. And the ACC saying at 20%, then they get a questionnaire. Which we witnessed yesterday, questions we are put to our client, we answer them truthfully and satisfactorily. We were just worried that some of the questions are questions that really come about from the commissions of inquiry. There are questions we ACC may not investigate before. Government chief had commission of inquiry make inquiries into them and produce a judgment. The judgment is before the court. We claim to appeal this judgment, yet we see the same issues coming back and forth again from the SEC. We are quite concerned about that, but we manage that process. We'll see how that it take me forward. But with regards to other matters about money laundering, we know any questions they did. With regards to about accounts abroad, we know any questions they did. When they shall come, we shall address them accordingly. Our client is satisfied with the process so far, and we say as lawyers, we're satisfied with the process so far. But the allegations of money laundering, we don't see any evidence of that as yet.
We don't hear rumors of your clients now on bail. The ACC been put on yesterday before he be left for go back now. How true that be?
It is not true. He's not on bail. There are no bail conditions imposed upon him. He went freely. We all took him home. People were excited to see him back, and there was peace. We all glad in the process and in the way we end. What do they look forward for now? This country of peace and security. Our client has established that during 10 years of rule in Salone, there was peace, and we could continue to uphold that peace no matter how.
We don't see the international community intervention in this whole process before the former president been come yesterday for go answer to the questions them from the ACC in a place where they call as a safe place. And according to the ACC, the interview they continue again. Your clients go only availing safe if not this same safe place them provide, or you willing for continue with the interview if the ACC ask them for go to the office.
Well, our client has been a compliant person. He's a law-abiding citizen. We try to manage the relationship with the Anti-Corruption Commission, and then choose the venue. And they will continue to be at the prerogative to choose the venue. We own concern on we own side. One is about how legitimately they can exercise that, and two, the security concerns for the personal safety of our client. But once those are clear, we can ready for meet anywhere and discuss and provide answers as needed. Because there is nothing to hide. Our client is ready to answer to the questions. He's available, and we want this process to move forward and bring it to conclusion. Let the country move forward. Let the government address issues of development, and then we will focus on which the country could be for.
Finally, before you left with Mr. Kamara, the issue of tension. Most people on the point finger by your client say he as former president also get responsibility for ensure say peace and security in the country. But from the time when the ACC begin for invite him for can answer to questions them about his stewardship, it's when he been president, and they refuse for come na the ACC. Plenty people believe say it they contribute for less tension at the country.
Not at all. Waiting at the situation in all of this, now the manner in which they send the invitation. When they send the invitation, even me, when I'm the president and lawyer, we only get to know the invitation on WhatsApp and social media. Everybody gets to know about it, and he's a public profile individual. People are concerned about his safety. So when these matters come up, if they are managed covertly in a way such that nobody will be able to interfere with the process, or nobody will solve this. But when you manage them in the public eye, everybody gets to know, and you get issues of public security. So that can affect the process of investigation. But today we will manage them better. Yesterday it went well, and everything reached the conclusion we were satisfied. But definitely the former president don't get any issue for interfere or intervene or refuse to attend into any interview. What has been managed in the process or affecting the process, and in fact we want to say security day, and the national security issues are also attended, and we know which are the consequences for that.
Right. Thank you very much, Joseph Fijian Kamara, in a one pandy lawyer them for first time President Kuma. If they give you updates, but waiting come yesterday. Now the interview where the first time president been go answer to questions them where the ACC, according to them, then they investigate them for some alleged corruption issues them where they say it be mixed by the time we not be president. Will they continue?
Okay, we fumble them. Una don't hear the two side them. We get some questions then for us, but I not go all me color them. I hope so una been they take una notes. If una not take una notes, that's fine. I've taken some good notes, and based on those notes, I will be posing my questions. But make we go here waiting the caller then get for say. Caller waiting at your name and who say they call from.
Yeah. I'm Lawrence Fox in East Salone, London, yep.
Okay, wait till you get to the second term.
Yeah, the basic thing I will say, I don't listen to all this. The basic thing is, the commission of inquiry don't take ages. Where you get where if you don't do from 2007 to 2018, you don't done do. That's one, yeah. Number two, you get Francis Ben Kelfala. We get so many corruption cases on your own table. We get 140 billion loans. But they don't do nothing. Waiting. We get the rest case where we get evidence to identify the rest. I don't want to ask you, we know that. We get 15 count charges, the man carry the thing on our courts, now we withdraw the file, not so nobody ask how. Yeah? We get the vice president, they get money for go Ethiopia. All of these things, man. So if they are not sincere in fighting corruption, and they can begin you don't do a government check. A government check of what? 10 years with them ring. You don't do on 20 years, so because if I look at it, for begin 20 years. We get institutions of the state, so put and clear, so we get institution of the state. And the institution of the state, not to tell you carry forward. We can follow them for hand over file game. When they hand over file game, now that file they continue. Just like I can teach some picking and some class. If I take over, then they give me the file, say, boy, now this and this. And from this, they move forward. So you get for respect the person you hand over the file give. But now you can like say they can't fight APC or they fight the opposition, they left their own party. Because wait me, they want to make their own party win. Look what he go do back today. They look for Tim Abiu, chairman for inauguration. That is corruption. You know, even they give account of that money with a jam. She cannot give account of that kind of money. Salone left this also at and I make Salone will not take myself serious. I don't hear so. I don't hear. Then you want to go on a escoma. I mean, people go fight for an escoma. Now which ones? But if we are sincere enough, they take it from a stage in which we are looking at the institution of the state working. Look at the Auditor General's report. Not go that quick. They will go audit COVID fund. I don't say on for the top. No left the hypocrisy here. COVID fund, they want auditor. They get money for COVID. Then a fixed grants, tied grants for COVID. You take and go buy cheap. They don't left them here. Corruption that. No left them here. Picking them pay 95.5%. The teacher they will then get the money for pay them. These are the issues. Yeah, thank you. We are done. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, caller. I'll go to the next caller. Caller, waiting on your name and who say you call from. Hello, caller.
Yes. Hello. Hello.
Yes, caller. What's your name and who say you call from?
Yes. You hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay. Yeah. Me now, like you. First of all, I call from Maryland. What you want to say in this issue? I think we all kind of embrace this corruption charges were levied on every politicians, for 56 years or let me say 59 years now. We country do not want to get something like this. We will try to bring people into light. We don't destroy the country. We don't leave people in for extreme poverty. When we talk about we like not in the city or even the other towns then, yet the politicians then they live large. We saw we money and they go. So if some of we they support them politicians here, we need to think twice. Because don't think about picking them for the future. We're picking a future right now in no day because of the country don't go backwards. Then politicians here would don't bring to light. People they support they say now which owns or now this. It's not about that. Look, pull all political parties aside. Look, put them aside. This is about Sierra Leone. This is about Sierra Leone in future one. About me, you, and other people and then picking them. This is about Sierra Leone. Because both parties for 59 years now, they don't destroy the country. And this is the first time in it. I'm not saying that we don't do corruption and the past years, but huge, like this huge.
where everybody they talk about this town, almost the whole country, even beyond the country. So we embrace this corruption with Sukan, don't put an unscrupulous politician there, don't put in a trade net. If you want to get for count tomorrow, they know say they were really serious for this corruption business, then go step on their brakes. Then go thief, but then go step on their brakes. They know for social for put the country first. But all they do is right now, it's me. When it's going to be us? When it's going to be us? So the people and please, at the Kaskuna, we not put all political parties aside. Let we fight corruption. Yes, Ben Kelfala, everybody they talk about that. Did you hear me? Hello?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yes, Ben Kelfala, everybody they talk about that. But now, that's it.
Finish that statement. Okay, it look like say the caller don't hang up. I been want to make it finish in thoughts on what you been want to touch on, but I'll go to the next caller and then they go be the last call where they take for right now. Caller, waiting at your name and also you the call from.
Yes. Hello.
Yes, caller, you need to speak up a little bit.
Yeah, this is Mr. Conte, they call from Canada. How you do? How all you doing? I thank you for this wonderful program. Me, I just get a few concern. I appreciate the contributions them way CEO Dongi and me landed sister. But I think what to me they say inside this, if we want for fight corruption as Salone, we have to be honest to ourselves. They say you know they pull the dirty in other mind. You where you SSS get the dirty. If the ACC want to see people respect their work and people believe in their work, I think they get to take the corruption fight to even their own self members that within the current government. You know who continue the one at the one that we don't go out, then you know the way they under your foot they still corrupt. So many contributions they don't come up where they don't mention some of the corrupt cases them or things the way they happen. But me own concern where I always they say we cannot continue for fights a cycle. When the ACC they take this money or whether they get from these corrupt politicians, who side they put that money there, then they go put them back at the consolidated fund. The same government within the power now, they get access, then they use this money, or when they go, when the term done 5 or 10 years, they get for go out. When they go out, we get for set up COI, ACC get for begin on at them back. So now continuous work no more ACC go deeper because they no sets like a look at the different MDs, then try for look how money they transfer from one person to the other, from one agency to the other. They're able to scrutinize their processes them day. So at the end of the day, they don't set system. So even whether they change ACC boss, they not change. The fact is the system remains and it's working. But I tell you, if we not be honest to ourselves, trust me, Sierra Leone will depend every 5 or 10 years we will fight corruption every 5-10 years. Because when the money go to the consolidated fund, the president and the cabinet ministers, then they get hand by the money, then they use them how they want. There is no mechanism, there is no system in place where they limit how government they put hand by money or how ministers and they use money. So now like wasted efforts every year in out. That's how the corruption fights in Salone. I think we don't kind of inside we think of about thank you. We not the see we better, but the thing that we don't see we don't learn, their system are working. Even contractor when they give money in a bank to bank. You know the most you say I put all the money in a bank for me like water. No, they have a lot of system in place. So now that for me, as somebody who don't deal at this part, now that I feel say the ACC for a back on it's good that they investigate past politicians, corrupt people which are support 100%, but the fact is if the system remain corrupt, trust me, now wasted effort.
Okay. Thank you very much, caller. I will go to my panelists. Them I will give them 3 minutes, just because I really want to get to this. The audios. Them. I will give them 3 minutes each for respond and react to the callers. Them or throw some light or some insights to the callers then contribution. So I will start with Madam Carrie Johnson. Cool.
When I mean listen to the audio, was it someone? Yes, the presenter. They asked the one of the lawyers.
No, I mean, I feel say if you respond to the callers them and then we can put the audio. Yeah.
Okay. Right. So the first caller, the Lawrence, UK. You see, Lawrence. Yeah. I appreciate where you're coming from, actually. You see, but we can't forget this thing. Say, this is corruption. This is the country. We're putting the country first. You get me? And this whole thing where it happen is, here is someone who has been in power for 11 years. And this person has been asked to account for his stewardship. For Becky can say, with it do, with it not do, fine. We all not against that. You see, but when you talk against it, corruption only go for 20 years. Therefore, don't start from 20 years. I'm sorry, I beg to disagree with you. Because 20 years, the previous government has been in power for 11 years. If they wanted to, they investigate Alpha Timbo and somebody else, Dr. Alpha Wuri and somebody else. So then, as far as they were concerned, there was nothing to investigate because they make COI for people the way they feel to say nobody do things properly. The mere fact that they left some people out, then that means by implication, they not get no problem with corruption other than Dr. Alpha Wuri and other people there, you see. So basically, that's the point to be the for seeing there. Having said that, not mean say corruption not be there, you see. But they failed. Whether through carelessness, they were reckless, you understand? Reckless not in a bad way, not in a disrespectful way, but they were reckless in not going after what was not right at the time. You see, so now people are saying that they should have done this. So they've only got the past government. They've only got themselves to blame because they have every opportunity to do so. They didn't. You get me? So then I cancel this this ACC rights where you say we agree with that because we don't mention it before you come anyway. You see, this rights here, the very Francis Kafala, na instead talk say, you see, that this thing was fishy. Now withdraw the case, can accord that. You see, then you come back to the reason why people are finding it very difficult for accept, say, then they investigate corruption. People know saying corruption. So many people, you get plenty APC people then. We vote for BO. They not go join SLPPO. Then just vote for a normal because we say they face corruption. They still meant to be APC, but then vote for BO. You see? So if camp corruption, they happen right front in face, nothing is being done. Now they set the stage for let people that begin, they attack them, but witch hunt and all those things. Like when they were doing it with President Nkrumah, if they saw them, they attack DSFO back, you see. Not necessarily the president get immunity until they come under power. You get me? You see, then they're not before people will be accept and say, well, at least they're going after their own people, not just ours. You get me? But the reason why people find it, another reason why they find it very difficult to agree with this genuine fight against corruption is the fact that the present government have been saying that they will destroy APC. They will ensure that APC doesn't come back to power because Ernest Nkrumah is the one that has the money, that is ready to finance them, that want to bring them back into power. They will make sure that they destroy every one of them. By the time they finish with them, you see, there will be no one left to contest the election. You understand? People then therefore be very careful. Nobody know to God. Nobody know be no say you go be president and he be. You see? So sometimes the people don't expect say it's not going to be an Nkrumah. But sometimes God go choose somebody who just out of the blues. It can be. You get me? So no just try for do things properly. I'm coming to Fatima Bio now. This young lady. You get me? Yes, you can dress fine. I like in dress in them. You get me? Yes. Yes. Fatima Bio, they come to Fatima Bio now. When this Lawrence talk about this inauguration money, really, to be honest, nothing was done about it. And when President Bio take over, It wasn't Fatima Bio who should have organized it. Fatima Bio is just a wife. Fatima Bio has nothing to do with the running of our government. Not just a wife, just like when myself now wife to my husband. You see? You see, so it not begin nothing. You see, and Fatima Bio is not protected. Fatima Bio not get immunity at all because he not a president. He a wife. You get me? So if you do anything, you get me? Therefore, question them. With all the inauguration money, no question was asked. Nothing was done about it. You see? So I think to say, these are all the things we make. You get the supporters of the president, the former president. They talk, you see, they try for defend the former president, get me? You see? This is one of the things that they both may not see anything wrong for let them investigate the former president. No, I don't see anything wrong with that. You get me? You see? Right. But if all them things that they don't happen, this alliance in point somebody go with so you get me? You see, then you see, yes, then make a council Maryland man now. Yeah, that's
okay. Okay, make a hold you day and make a just make Mr. Taiwo in continue.
Okay, yeah.
Because you don't deliberate long on Lawrence. Make is say what him feel about the other colors. So the other two colors, what was your take? We're not hearing you. Hello? We can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, I think I'm headphone. Okay, I'll work on that. But okay. Yeah, so make a try for, and I think I don't take a lot of information, but I just see a few things that I write and see if I can catch up with them. So when you talk about the ACC as institution, well, Mr. Lawrence Ions, I will just watch and say, I'll get a quick watch over and say now, they just try for justify, for finding a way for justify, say, I know say me corrupt, but we're not only for touch them because we're not safe, not clean. So all inside they call for just for the justify, say, yeah, okay, this is corrupt, but I'm you. So I will accept that. But we talk about the ACC for 20-something 30 years. This is an institution we're supposed to carry on institutions that we're supposed to earn baton. But the reality is that as much as we get plenty of against the ACC boss or the selection and the way they act in party affiliation, but now one of the people that they don't really show the beginning of the fight against corruption at Salone. As much as you get in downside, they get beaucoup upside because now first we don't put money and show we say even though they say they get check, but we see it bring them, it bring people them where we almost say them in day. And some of them people are not ever come and say they accuse me wrong. So that don't show we say they do some work somewhere. They get some downside, get some flack, we will press them. Now we own job at the media for make sure say we not make them become complacent, we not make them sit down steady. We put fire on them for make sure say because we say we own job now for scrutinize them. Then now we own job. So we say therefore do better job for make sure say in the ACC after him the next person they can be better than him and do better work. And then Mr. Modin, I tell me last brother from Canada, the one in Maryland, I'm not to get much, so they are forgive me. But my brother in Maryland, they come from Canada, it makes something very, very important. We are need for touch on. We talk about the check. Where the money they go back in the constituted form. But secondly, one thing we make need for talk about. Why make the ACC boss for hand check over to the president instead of parliament? Even though parliament again me against parliament. But if you say maybe the fix that check now parliament for who? Because now parliament the ACC boss supposed to work for not to the president. If we cause with parliament, not to the president. You're not supposed to hang out with Fatima Biu, they go begin the MC. But they say this is the problem we get now here. This is the problem we they come out and tell bank and father say you they undermine this office for we. We want for you to do a better job, but you actually undermine this with office. Not your office, so now we the work for. And some of them tell you, you reckless with your behavior. They've been so many ways with it. Unknowingly, because when I don't become so complacent, and when I feel because mediocrity don't become a part of Sierra Leone in their life, before become mediocre for the rest of your life. When I do it now with impunity, without no respect for the citizens. Because when I'm not afraid against it, for the one. If you say just for settlement. But one thing I say, go thank you, social media will fix one. Because this next year, as when I do, I'm going to come for I will not sleep. But here, what happened with Fatima, we'll address that later.
But secondly, but what we brought at all? Then check are not supposed to go to president here. Then check are supposed to go to parliament. Now parliament for take on and family for putting check here. And we're not supposed to get commission of inquiry every year. I mean, every 4 or 5 years. We're supposed to get a robust ACC. Wait for the come, you do until they come after it. You don't need to for it for 5 or 10 years for go fair money where they go out offshore. How long will we get them here? We're not supposed to wait for them money because most of them money by the time they come on up, I don't know. We need a robust ACC. Do until they come after it today. Commission of inquiry is a waste of money, waste of time, and it's just about political game. We don't want to indulge into that. So again, the second brother we call, I'm really sorry because I think I not getting much. I don't know if Auntie Kadi will help me on that.
Yeah, so I go over to Madam Kadi, making finish off the second caller quickly, and then make her go into the audios.
Okay, that's not Maryland. Well, actually, you don't answer them really. We talk about say, let me embrace corruption. Let me embrace Francis and Kafala. Yeah, indeed, I agree with that. With Kafala, yes, they do a good job in the sense that we are fighting corruption, which is what all of us wanted in the first place when VOS was campaigning, you see, and all. You see, but the problem now is, as you say, we don't know how the money they go. The money they pay, but still will they get problem with money back in the country. Will they get problem with money in the country? But anyhow, let me leave that. Let me come back. Fatima Bio, my young lady, you understand? No, I'm not a pick on you, Fatima Bio, but I think to say I have to say something I have so for Fatima Bio, because the second caller from Maryland, you don't always talk about that the same just fight corruption, take fight to the people then, yeah, to the Bio government people then, we don't deal with that people. Gets me. But in this way, when you mentioned about Ben Kalfala and Fatima Bio, the thing on Facebook, people don't have me forced to mention about somebody said that to me. You get me? You see, in all fairness, so Ben Kalfala, as much as I don't say one or two things today, normally I can always support them. Not because I want to support him, but because facts can they for support him. See the way in order for support them and not to support them, but support other areas. In all fairness to this, we not for blame Ben Kafala. Actually, we only blame Ben Kafala because it's the one at the world. Go take picture, go show it that it should be clearly say in loyalty to Fatima. But what we go get for blame? You understand? Eh? Now, President Bio we blame. You get me? Now Bio we blame because. Let me take the opportunity for say this Nayaso today. I am not attacking Fatima in any way. You understand? I am not. You see? But let me say the facts. You see, the country appears to be run by Fatima. That is a fact. It appears to be run by Fatima. You get me? No, when I say facts, you get me? When I say so, make I explain what I say so. Well,
no, go on.
No,
make
I say why me say so? Fatima is a lovely girl, you see. I like some of the work that we do really, to be honest. But she's not perfect as well. They make mistakes, you see. Because it's like Fatima, because it's like the whole country, Fatima is the only female in the country. You understand? Everything. He puts Fatima there. I'm not jealous of Fatima in any way. I have no reason to be jealous of her anyway. You get me to start with. Himself know that. You see, but everything now Fatima they go. They want to go do something. Yes, go put rice now Fatima they go. It's like the whole thing is so compact. It's like they monopolize the government. You understand? So nobody knows what is happening inside there. You get me? To me, that's how I see. Nobody knows what is happening inside there, and it's as if other women are not capable of doing the job. You understand? And Fatima is doing all this job because she is better placed to do it. Not that we don't have women who can do it. You understand? Eh? But because she's better placed in the sense that the president is wife. If president say can't go yonder, if president get all things, he gets everything for one. Well, if they may do other people that the same opportunity with them get, that's say for being one. You get me? So we're not gonna blame Kalfala in the sense for that in loyalty, because Fatima another for waiting me down here, he said you get some minister then instead they go they pass first. Well, I don't know if not true. Then they go tell Fatima I'll do first before they go they pass my office first. When then they turn back, then they go back and say goodbye. You understand it? I don't know how true this may be, you see. But they get for secure their position. You see, because so the truth about the whole thing is this one, whether Fatima vex or not, is a fact. If Fatima, well, if you don't talk if you not like me, I'm not gonna like you. You get me? Where they talk that Zainab, that is
Well, it's like I said, quickly.
No, yeah, you must be done the crash for too long.
No, make a normal.
Yeah, we want to crash too much because this one.
The train of thought, do you You don't talk about this. Another follow design up sheriff or something, but whether the interview happen to see, forget the interview, somebody put on a WhatsApp now. Yeah. He said, well, anybody would have like me, now like. If you not like me, and clearly display that. So many people them, you understand it? So many people them, I know people them, we fight very hard for SLPP party. You understand it? Just because they not go dance tune to Fatima, you get me? They are nowhere. And these are people who don't work for that party, they from ages, years, you get me? And she has said it, but I refuse because I try not to interfere in that politics. But because she came out and said, well, Uda like me, now go like. Mind you, you're not president's wife. You don't go for like one person. They're not saying not promote your husband in party, promote your husband in party, but not go and say, Uda like me, now I add a leg. You see, so the whole thing, so you can understand why the minister they pass and go say good morning. They pass go now in office because if you see in all like you, where you don't know that they reshuffle you straight away. You get me? You get for like you. So now mother bio na in with the blame. You understand it? Because na input Fatima in that position, they for let it dictate to the country. You understand it? Because she is dictating to the country in a very subtle way. You understand? And it gets in battleizers then where everything she does, because they've got to make noise. You understand? So that they can secure whatever they're trying to secure. Not everybody's trying to secure something. Not everybody will have a good number where they try to secure something. You see? That's the point I'm saying. So we're not for blame Fatima, you understand? Eh?
Okay.
It's beyond how they blame. Because me set me man in a power, it push me, you understand? We're not gonna blame Fatima, you understand? And Fatima go, you see, and she's not the one that is more I'm not Fatima, I'm not being personal here. You get me? I beg if you listen to it. I'm not being
it's okay. It's okay.
That's you your get opinion. People then, but you have people then in this country, Fatima, we're highly educated, you understand? We even get qualifications then more than you. With respect. Do you a big when I not think I'm Fatima? I like Fatima anyway. You get me? I just they talk no more. You get me? You get people that
I want to make Mr. Tawali
you get woman and back we're fine. You get woman and back with a dress. You understand? What they don't have is the opportunity where you get. The opportunity Fatima gets, the woman and they not get them for the near the president and they push them before. You understand? Because some of them and they tell me push them before, they go even do more. But because they're not
okay, make a jump to Mr. Tarawali, make a wait to Mr. Tarawali get for say. I think so you want up much small pandas. I really determined
I want up much because
but they look the term and let's see. Go ahead.
Okay, I will try for drum brief. The problem will happen if Auntie Kadi don't make the same mistakes just now. Will they give Fatima an accolade that she doesn't deserve?
That's right.
But we keep continuing to talk about and keep talk about them. Every small thing we talk about them, we don't put them on a pedestal we not deserve for be. And that mistake we did not Fatima for. It's not big here to say it's a good thing. Ben Kaifala will take pictures of Fatima, not get nothing for do Fatima. You get for the Ben Kaifala. I make a mistake, you not get much for do Ben Kaifala, I get for do President Bio. Because at the end of the day, now Bio now will vote for, now will put in place. But the problem is sometimes they will become so emotional. We divert the energy to the one people in instead of we attack the right people. Fatima get this accolade today. Fatima get this word today. Fatima the kind of because of we get them today. Take stadium money for go the job na stadium. They do them because of them feel say.
You the break.
And now go. You hear me?
Okay. Yeah, you've been there break up quite a bit, so
how about that? Do you hear me now?
Better, yeah.
Okay, like I say, you get ministers who they pay for doing job here. Usidom will let Fatima go take care of her. We get people, just imagine we come, you go to the chambers of UN, inside the chambers, inside we elected people, we parliament, we ministers and stuff for Usidom, in Usidom between them. Because we don't allow this woman and other people when they're around them for feel say it can do anything we want. And we said they play with them on social media. We come, if we go to the rubbish, we only dance to them.
Okay, so more.
Yes, yeah, sorry. We need for no say. We need for telling people yes, then rubbish they need for stop. Then we're able to stop them rubbish if we begin stand up and tell them so we know we right, we know them jobs them, and then nonsense here we know they tolerate them anymore. But Fatima not she is nobody in the reality. Besides being the first lady, she is nobody. We're not elected. We're not doing. In fact, now we come to the parliament to get money for one in program. He answerable to we when it comes to in programs them. But then shenanigans with it, but not with business. They can send a social media course from now till January. We get opportunity. We come to the walls. What we go do? We petition out to parliament and say, "We want to close the first lady office. Let become an ordinary citizen. We security and everything we for. We get that job for doing because most of us say, "No, we don't know you. We don't know we left to be right." Now make the people they take advantage of people can just run them out. We get for begin to let them know say their copy share is not acceptable. I'm not the acceptor. So to me, I feel say now we're not content for the this woman accolades she doesn't deserve. That woman the content social media the course they go to Adebayo. I get picking they look for a role model. She is not going to be the role model for my child. Now me go to show me picking other than for mimic as a role model. I get the choice as a parent. But when they give this woman will continue because first of all, I need to say for disrespect from in a salon. But Boku don't used to this mediocrity so much they don't even know them anymore. They don't used to it so much that it's become normal to them. So all the still they dance. Most of them picking right in hospital, they don't even get medical service. They still the dance for politician. Most of them get another team for itself in the morning. Then they can dance. Now they all can dance. We will know better. If I begin come out and speak and let people know say this is not normal and we stop for encouraging. So let me I understand say the come from well, I don't know this man accolade that she doesn't deserve. No, if I know I would even minimize what calling himself because I can make it feel say it better than the country.
No.
Wait,
I want to go on. I want to go on.
Matilda, do you 1 minute? I beg you, I know they go past that. You get me? It is not a question of us making Fatima important. No. If we don't come out and say it, this will continue. You understand it? Maybe Fatima herself not even aware say they do anything. Maybe he aware, but no, give the benefit of the doubt, say maybe not aware. But in husband, Bio get for no say, this is just not on. Bio is taking Sierra Leoneans for granted. It takes Sierra Leoneans for granted.
This is where we're supposed to channel. This is the right thing you don't do right now. Now channel to be you. And it's
you cannot go. No, wait. No, from time I not blame Fatima at all. I not blame Fatima. I not blame him. And those people we know Fatima, we close to them, go say Fatima and a nice girl. Yes, me. No, but not blame her. But Bio takes Sierra Leoneans for granted. Bio, first of all, Bio treats Sierra Leoneans them as if them fool, they're not sabi, them right, then daft, they not get sense, they not do nothing. As if na Fatima and I can get sense past all man. You understand it? Fatima and I they do this. Now, we not go blame Fatima. Now a man spend a day for maybe you're gonna power. Any side go, okay, if you want your wife to accompany you, there's nothing wrong with that. Accompany you. But when they go to any side, you put your wife. Don't we have other Sierra Leoneans? Why is it just your wife? You see? Why? You get me? You want everything of Fatima, know everything. You see? Everything of Fatima. I'm not jealous of Fatima. I have no reason not to. I have no reason to for jealous Fatima anyway, because I'm not thinking that anything before make her jealous and anyway. But we're just being honest. When you see some of we don't talk all this time, we know they talk, but you don't reach a point that when situation come and say, well, I go use this opportunity now for saying, you get me? Everything of Fatima day before. You Fatima, you go there before. Not always about it. You're the first lady, you get me? But don't interfere with our government. You get me? Don't. We governments, they get ministers then. They get ministers, they get other officials then. Where they can put the. You get different departments then, you see. But it's like, if Fatima not say this, you understand? If Fatima has to say this, you get. And so, Bio take me for granted. To be honest, I supported Bio. But this way it don't can make we like, we all a big fool. You see, before long, not talk, say, take me for granted. Let's put it in the real world now. Bio take all Sierra Leoneans they like saying a big fool. You get me? Eh? Bio now like we're a big fool, and then Bio come across as if he is not capable of doing things. He might be capable. He might be capable, But he come across that way there for say, not capable. If anything, if he works, if Fatima not, they always say to every successful man, there is a successful woman. You see, but in the way in which you do this, like a whole government, you see, a whole government, this became just can't sit up and this whole government. For what?
But I mean, like I say,
no, we know they blame Fatima.
Okay, can I intervene for 1 minute?
One minute. And she's a beautiful girl, you know. She's
1 minute. 1 minute. Hold on, please. Thank you. Okay. So, viewers, as you can see, we don't reach to a point where we kind of stuck on a particular topic. And because of that, and because of time, we're going to have a part 2.
Okay.
Of this very, very show. We're not going to exhaust everything we have been done plan for make we exhaust. But I want to close this chapter where they don't open so I'm going to let the two of them go at it until I am tired and I'll close the show. So go on.
No, what I tell you say no more. I watched. I see we military guys them to dance for Fatima na state. Okay, military guys in the dance for Fatima na state. Some of them think the military is supposed to be non-political. The police will be apolitical. These people don't forget nothing for no politics. But we wonder why we institutions and all the collapse right in front of we are. If they wonder where this government come, the police turn a bulldog for go arrest the other side. Even the way they see the truth, they know they both separate. The military slowly when we get the only institution in the country we get dignity. Slowly down the creep go into our back. We would have lost interest in the military. We would have lost confidence in the military. Where are we going next? So the problem now is plenty people not go see I'm wrong right now because you know what? They don't used to this nonsense. They say they don't normalize this nonsense. I don't ever see the military in the US or UK they dance for the prime minister or president woman. Even the president himself, then they dance for you. Let alone your wife. But this is normal. And guess what? They're going to look now for the negative things there now for justify this behavior.
Another thing.
Yes.
Another thing again, where I will take the opportunity for saying, you understand it? The amount of convoy where they say Fatima they use them not in Freetown, that should not happen. That should not happen because now waste of public resources. You get me? You don't get me when Fatima they pass. That was the time we had a try for call somebody in a car. For study they pass. Over 30 minutes, then they wait for traffic. The convoy then vroom, vroom, vroom. And a government fear petrol and they use. You get me? And then they pay for all the resources. You get. If Fatima they pass, she's entitled to security. Obviously, in a president's wife. But that amount of convoy they get, me, I know when they see that any partner of this world. I'm not going to hold the world anyway, but decided way I don't live. I don't see that. You know, it's about time. We have to say it. You see, Fatima, anybody say anything about Fatima, we're not right, I go challenge the person for Fatima. But at the same time, let me talk and because everybody just sit dumb. Then what they say nothing. People think it's correct, you understand? Fatima has not even realized that what waiting they happen, not right. Get me? Focus on your charity work, Fatima. You can go as much as abroad and everything, but don't interfere with our government. You understand? Comments like, I will use my personal duty to pick you off. What personal duty? All women have personal duties to their wives, to their husbands, you see? But this is not a thing for public show. You get me? You see? How could people use personal duty? You see, so these are all those sort of things. Bill has to buck up. Because as far as we see, okay, let me tell you something which I don't suspect. You understand it? It could be that it's something that they're working on. Beyond they say, well, you go to do at least they go say now you know to me. You get me? Eh? Yeah. You see, maybe that is not what is happening, but it's possible. You see, you go to do because look when I went to Lebanon, as the Lebanon talk now Fatima come up with young Gumbo, so we get me. All I forget was beyond that, but Fatima that is about to get me. So it's a thief, not a ploy. You see, that a ploy say, well, you do this, so you do, and they're not going to say nothing. You see, we're not gonna blame.
Okay, Fatima. So
in man, in the push and in the put and that way they Bio for put Fatima first because now in wife. If I put her first, but you know they put her first above the country. You get me?
Okay,
the
good.
Country first.
Okay, good. I think so. We don't exhaust. We don't talk a lot.
Well, we're not exhausted.
We don't deliberate. No, wait first. So, still, and this why una notice I don't give una don't talk. So now therefore allow me make I do me closing delivery. Now, see you. Tell Fambul them your final word with you goodbye.
Well, I will just for put the nail on the coffin on this Fatima issue. For people that will come to me and say we hate Fatima, no, we don't hate Fatima. The reason why we bring this alarm with the alarm this year, Fatima, not to a state government, accountable, answerable to Sierra Leoneans. If you go involved in any corrupt practice, go easily Salone people and come after you. So then deal where you put ampan with the points the things because we come to the officer. If Fatima will do any corrupt deal, easily Sierra Leoneans say no, waiting and what he put on there, why make he put on there. But if now a government official will be able to summon them, either parliament or ACC and other areas. Now, we ACC boss can cause it to answer now. There is a more doubt now for sure. If you involve into any corruption, it's gone. And make the president use them as a vehicle for making Ingo let Ingo go do the deal and run with the money because tonight the financing will be difficult for local book. At we the citizens they watch them, I will begin to call them now. We're not going to say we hate them, but my country can't force. I don't care whether you be, my country is not a priority. It can't force. So I just want to put the coffee in there. We cannot say to man on social media, they will begin the blast now, so we hate Fatima. No, we're not hate her. I love my country over anybody. Now the reason why I don't see the loophole, I they call up now. Finally, I want to tell you thank you because I know they are around right now, they far off, but I find a way for camera the show because I know I don't promise you. But the SCC and the President Nkrumah they go on this now a long process. So whether the one for dance not it, when need forget better shoes or the cup, but who when I go for dance more. Because this process is just that. But finally, for one the ACC need to be extremely careful. Why they say this? If they don't come make so many allegations, I hope so they get everything that they earn when they make this allegation against the former president again. When they make against the former president, because at the end of the day, then therefore now their own job of go and prove this beyond a reasonable doubt, and then show we see that this we get. And so that we will nail the former president if he corrupts the physical money, if he do the wrong thing. But if this thing do just because just for tarnishing character, when I make this man out, it can't get that up and against you now. When I supported and separate the SFPP, go turn against you in the long run. And this President Bio, if you not be careful, it go lost election and President Kaifala in Korea will finish it if you not handle this still well. But so we hope say everything they see. Then get another dynamics media tell us who let them social media they need for cut them off. Wanna make sure she first can't do the verdict, don't do all the investigation. Because if President Nkrumah touch the money, again, but if he touch the money, will make sure she make level everything against her and the state. And if boycott the back, I tell them to the camera persona. But if I never do the right thing or never prove them, I tell them say the APC and people Salone go tell now. So much that we don't go ever regret in our life. So I hope say when I get all the evidence, when I get everything on hand, and all the time we don't want to get a day and a two and a two nail on to. Thank you.
Okay, I'll go to Madam Kadi Johnson Cole. Yeah, tell Fambul them goodbye.
Yes, I'm gonna start with Fatima. Yes. Fatima, I don't hate you. I don't dislike you at all. I've advised you on several occasions by way of postings on social media. When I'm making myself known to you today, Fatima, you know me anyway. Yeah, I was the one who commented about that pink dress. When I told you that the pink dress is lovely, you understand? And I even mentioned that. I don't think people dislike you. As it's just that maybe the way how you can come across how they talk, maybe if you tone them down a bit, I said, like, when I just come on Lebanon, that yellow dress, that pink dress, I said, I love them and I like how you talk to them people then they. I said, you so talk like a state person. I said, so maybe try for like if they talk that way, they I not think people then go get problem with you. You see, so I have been advising you, Fatima, indirectly on social media. I've never once come and say anything nasty about you on social media. One day, whatever I write, now advice, I can look, because I look you like a small sister, like a young girl coming up and all that, you see. But we have to speak the truth, Fatima. I not hate you. But this thing also, and we not blame you at all. We don't blame you, you see. The only thing is, this showing off You get for cut out a little bit. You can show off in your own way. You can dress fine because every woman they dress fine and show off. You understand it? But that when it comes to interfering with our state resources, with our state, well, I'm not saying resources because that means that they imply you take something. No, that's not what I'm saying. You get me? But you they come across as if you are the president. But people they no one tell you that. That is how you come across. You yourself may not be aware that you're coming across that way, but you do come across that way. You see, and I don't know whether you're so enjoying the limelight that you want people to see you as you are in control. There's no harm. Every woman is in control. Any woman we know they in control na man knows. You man not like you. If you man like you get some degree of not of plenty, but small number way you go talk the man go listen to you. You get me? But when they do the thing and the Fatima, you they do and they advise you, Fatima. No matter what thing, when you come out, let the world know that it's your husband that is the president and not you. When you then are oath, now you man, he gonna listen to you. He didn't listen to you, but not come on now do say, now me the one. You get me? Now that's make you the people that they go against you. You get me? You go quietly now, oath, you don't tell your man, advise me now. So I think on so because trouble miss you, man. Now you say get for suffer. You and you picking there. You get me? You see, so do that, but not come on and do, let the whole world know say, oh, I'm in charge, everything, you see. That the first president is where inside Impala, all things on social media. Everything what they do then on social media. You understand? You see, and all that. Okay, fine. We're not going to condemn you for that. It's your style. Nobody will condemn that style there. You get me? But what I am not comfortable with, President Bio, I hope you are watching this program. You understand? You are sending indirect messages. And the implication is that you are not in charge. Now you work not the president. That is how you see. Now you work unless you tell me say now you they tell Fatima say you do this. Me go see they quiet. Then you they come out they do this. You see. But if you're not able to stop Fatima, then obviously now you they put Fatima. Fatima no go just grab so no more. If they do all the time, if not, so you put on the. You see, if you don't set the record straight, Fatima would not. So maybe we not go blame Fatima. We just they talk and no more say, let me highlight everything they happen. You understand? Because we know they talk. But I not hate Fatima, I guess girl picking. You get me? This one I believe the way you hate somebody, whatever you do bad to somebody, not time you go tamper yourself you on them. I get boy picking. You get me? Eh? You see? So I like for see Fatima succeed. I like what they do invoke them. You get me? Yes, I just not like that part no more way they make Bio look weak. You get me? It they make Bio look weak. Not to say now they make you do a move, but the way it's like it they come out. You understand it? You say when I made a fet for me, man. We all the fet for a man if he camp and come. You get me? All woman them, you see, but cut and down a little bit. If not to that, you will get problem with the members of the public. You get me? You they do some nice job there. People that will know you, they talk and say Fatima a nice girl. If you know one, me, I know somebody. We don't tell me say Fatima a nice girl if you didn't hear her. You understand it? But with always thing they happen, so it make people know they see that niceness there of you. Fatima appreciate people like us. We tell you the truth. You understand? We don't want nothing from you. You see?
Okay.
You the truth. And another thing now is, I not hate you, Fatima. Yeah, I not hate you. Don't misjudge me. You're not fit to say I hate you. I not hate you. I not jealous you. Yeah, Fatima, I show you now. And you self know anyway. You don't know much about me, but you know a little. You get me? Yes, I'm not saying you know a little. You see, so you know, say I'm not go jealous you. You get me? And if anything, I like your husband. You understand? Eh? I not like your husband for keep him or no, because me happily married. No, I happily no. I happily married. A mother of yourself, no Fatima know that I'm happily married. You understand? Okay. Yes, but Dio has been a friend. Dio has been a friend.
Okay. I really want to wrap the
Dio
program
nice in some ways. Nice in some ways. You understand? Eh? No, he's nice in some ways. You see, because of how I be no Bio, that was why I support him. You get me? I support him where they do things. But the way things they get out of hands now, people like us, you don't find for because we almost don't vex now. You get me? The way things they happen, we don't vex. You get me? Now that some of me want to say, Madam Matilda, do you? I don't know what I get for say I'm nothing more because in terms of ACCA, Chief Executive Officer, you have addressed it properly and I couldn't say it, address it any better. You see, so you have said it. So they cannot just can no more.
Okay.
You understand it? I don't know.
Okay, famble them. Una thank you. I know say una can dey wait for me 10 minutes, 15 minutes spiel. But unfortunately, I am sorry to disappoint you all tonight. You're not going to get that 10, 15 minutes of me just going and laying the table. But it's okay, it's all good. The reason me not go deliberate much on Fatima, if una know, I've been done take about 3 occasions them where I speak to her directly as a woman. Okay? As a young woman, where me self na an achiever, an overachiever, you know, where being a collaborator, you know, I like team play, team spirit, I involve in so many different things then. And as somebody who is deemed to be my age group or in my age mate, I spoke to her. But you see, even my 25-year-old sister, when I'm a small one, I know they exchange certain words them with them. And they know me for that. Even my own mama we born me, there are times when I will not exchange certain words with her. I just walk away. But today you celebrated, supposedly, what is your 40th birthday? A little over a month ago, me with Sidona Yaso, I also, by the grace of God, had the privilege of celebrating my 40th birthday. But you see, 99.999% of the things that come out of your mouth, the way you act, the way you carry on, you can never catch me as a 40-year-old woman speaking to another 40-year-old woman, acting in such manner. For disintegrate yourself to the level of picking a fight with a 17-year-old picking a social media, picking where big pass your own force picking, that is when I was like, you know what? And to the point where my panelists they make, you know what? The blame really is not yours, Fatima. The blame goes to the president. He has empowered you. He's emboldened you. Because all the things where they take place, person no go tell me for say people they not don't do yes for say, hey pa, now so you have the show, now so you have the behave. Listen, we all come from an African society. We were all groomed within an African society, and we know what that is. When certain things and they go, it no matter how much you westernize, how much you modernize. I mean, I started leaving the shores of Sierra Leone, people and go tell me as a child, as a baby, back and forth. But when you see me speak, I imbibe all of my values then. You will never ever catch me putting myself ahead of my husband. I make my husband look good. I don't make him people question now whether wear the pants na the horse, now whether they run the horse. No. In the 4 corners of this world, my husband will tell you she is Mrs. Donna and she does not joke. But when I leave this house, he is Mr. Donner and I am Mrs. Donner by his side. And together we complement each other. I know they ever try for outshine them and show say, yes, Namina the woman, Namina the this, Namina the that. No, it does not pay. And yes, to Madam Kadim point, I don't say this several times. You're not the only educated woman. You're not the only woman with opportunity. Oh, I don't even say, you know, there are people who have done the grease and elbow work. Allow them sit at the table. Allow them sit at the table. They've done the grease and elbow work. There is something to be said about that. But you know, there's also something to be said about people with selfish, with self-centered, with pompous, with arrogant, with boastful, and with prideful. Because if somebody like me and so many other people who I know who've personally reached out to you and say, girl, take a chill pill. Chill a little, tone it down. But you can tell, like for say, the moment people reach out for you and something, at that time you can crank the volume. That's what I've observed. And that is why personally I've decided not to engage in this, sort of advice given with you, because you know what you're doing. Your husband is very well aware of what you are doing, because me no go see, if me not be man, me no go see, or even me man no go see me, they go misbehave like that in a social media. They outside the entire world, including the community of First Lady, gets access to your page. They see what it they go on. And then you allow them for continuous that. I don't know who that they rule who say, but when it comes to Salone, there is not an appearance. No. Maybe some of you would say it appears as though. No, it does not appear as though. It is the case that Fatima Bio is the president, being guided by our elected president, Mada Bio. But again, today, we're not done waiting we can talk about. We go get for continue. Because the talk not done it. We go get for read what happened at that first interview. We go get for see the different reaction and tweeters them. We go get for deliberate. But today is not the day because time is fast spent. But I can say something. If you know say you wear white and you know one dot you white, no go dance kakadebo. I go say am again. Mina I cook Rio Pikin. So now inside me parable then I can talk. So if you know say you wear white and you know want to make you white dirty, no go dance kakadebo. Madingo man can say abarakasika abarakafa and go and come. Now they are go left for today. If you know what in them two, then they mean. Then you know say I don't talk something. But if you don't know what in them mean, when I come back, sometimes when I go just be opportuned for make I explain what in I just don't say. My people, Corona is real. Corona they kill. Una continue for where una mask them. Una continue for wasuna and then una continue for observe social distancing. I want to tell me two panelists then thank you for where they sit down I saw this net show and where they're able join on and talk to the Salone people then. Which will defend that this world, may God give them. May God continue for guide and protect we all. And as I always say, the land that we love, green, white, and blue, will one day fly high. On a good night.